Greetings, Red Wolf Nation, and welcome to a brand new season of Inside IU Sports. My name's Kyle Wright from the IU East Athletic Department. Thank you so much for joining us. Joining me is head coach Shane Meredith from the IU East Women's Soccer Program. Coach, speaking of a brand new season, hard to believe we're just a few days away from opening up the 2018 season.
Kind of scary in that sense. It seems like it was 2 or 3 years ago that I was in this seat talking about our first inaugural season, and here we are, on the verge of opening up our second season. So, but we're really excited.
Well, before we look forward, let's look back just for a moment. Looking back at that inaugural 2017 season, finished with a 6-7-4 record, and I haven't really asked you what your assessment of it was. I can see how it could be glass half empty. With a little more luck on injuries and close matches, could have been a really good season. But on the other hand, for a first-year program, wins or draws in 10 matches is certainly nothing to sneeze at. So you've had a year to reflect. What is your assessment of that first season?
Well, that still depends on the day that you ask me and my mood. To really answer that correctly, I think that the players, the kids on the team did a great job of staying intact, staying together, working through a great deal of adversity. We won't go into all the injuries that we had and obstacles. It was difficult, and yet they continued to grind away last year and eke out some results. Some that still we wish that we could have maybe got a win, but from that perspective, it's hard to feel bad about last season and because of what they put in for it.
Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and look ahead now to the 2018 season. We'll start out with a few fun fill-in-the-blank questions. So,
okay.
Starting off, you've had a couple weeks on the practice field so far. From what you've seen, the personality of your team this year is blank.
A bunch of goofballs, which it's a lot of fun to go out and be with the team right now, and they have a lot of energy. If I'm being serious, I shouldn't say goofballs. That's a joke, but these guys have energy. I think looking back on last season and being disappointed with not making the conference tournament, players that were injured and didn't get to compete or their seasons were cut short. We have some folks that are excited about being on the field, and so we have a fun-loving group that want to get better and train, and that's pretty darn evident. But the leadership and all the little intricacies of a team and the workings. We're a second-year program and a lot of new players, and we're still working out some of those. But this team is a lot of fun to be around.
Another fill in the blank. If this is a successful season, it will be successful because blank.
It's going to be probably on their shoulders. We're going to look at things and say, did we hold each other accountable? Did they hold each other accountable? And were we successful, wins and losses, because of what we did on the field on a day-to-day basis? We were very, very young last year, and it was hard for anybody to step up for us to overcome some of the obstacles, as I think we can now. Because 17 or 18 freshmen last year, you're seeing already some of those young women really having some experience and showing maturity this coming year. And so I think accountability is something we've talked about, and that is we'll be able to look back and say, hey, we were really successful because, when push came to shove, people held each other accountable, and it was a team effort.
Let's go ahead and meet the team. We'll go in numerical order. So we'll say 0 comes before 00. So okay. By that definition, start with Amanda Nicholson, who made 8 starts in goal for you last year.
Yeah, Amanda is a senior, junior college transfer last year. She is, again, competing for that starting position. She's done a great job for us. She is one of those great leaders on the squad, and we continue to ask more out of her because she has the leadership qualities, and she might very well be getting a load of minutes in there for us. So.
And then we've got 5 players who are in their second year in the program, but this will be their first year, hopefully, on the field.
Yep.
Starting with Nicole Visi, another goalkeeper.
Yep, Nicole had an injury, and this is going to be a little bit of a theme from last year. She has fought through, and she's back out on the field, smile on her face, working really, really hard. I don't do it very often. I worked with the goalkeepers yesterday and had a great time with her and Nikki Mitten. And Nicole is a great asset to this team and has worked on some areas of her game that she's needed to and has shown a lot of improvement. I'm really, really proud of her.
Okay. Then continuing on, number 2, Alisha Shrink from Pendleton, Indiana.
Yeah, Alisha, her season was cut a little bit short last year, and Alisha has the tools and the makeup to be an impact player for us, and we continue to remind her that every day, and she has an incredibly nice, caring personality, and that's a beautiful thing off the field. But we're looking for Alisha to get a little bit mean on the field and make her presence known, and she's going to do. I look for this to be a good year for Alisha.
Okay. Moving down the roster, Cindy Mejia scored 4 goals last year.
Cindy's doing fantastic. Has had to work on some aspects of her game. She's going to score more than 4 goals for us this year. I'm really super proud of the work that she has put in, and she's going to complement some of our front runners really, really well. And again, I think we're going to see more than 4 goals out of Cindy.
Okay. 3 NCAA Division I transfers that you're adding that we're going to talk about. First one is KK Smith coming in from Cleveland State.
This young woman, KK, is just a joy to be around. Has trained every session, which is hard in preseason when you're doing 2-a-days and stuff. She has a wonderful personality that she gets down to business when it's time to compete and to play and get better. But then, off the field, she's joking around and all of that. KK is helping change this team on and off the field, and I'm super, super pleased with how that young woman conducts herself.
Number 5, Brittany Beal from down the road in South Dearborn High School.
Yeah, Brittany. A fun little fact, her sisters go to school here and have competed with the track and field and cross country teams. Brittany's a nice athlete who is a competitor and is a back for us, and someone who can play on the left side, which we might very well need. And I'm super happy to have Brittany as part of the program. So.
Number 6, Ellie Gunther from Perry Meridian in Indianapolis.
Yeah, Ellie was an all-state performer, maybe a 2-time all-state performer out of high school. Had an injury that had her redshirting last year. Great personality, another hard worker that enjoys coming out and playing and is not afraid to get on some people and push others to work hard. And we're excited to see how Ellie develops over the course of the season.
Number 7 will be Evie Stepinac, another one of the NCAA Division I transfers. She's coming over from Ball State.
She's in from Ball State, and with that, there's always some concern, at least in a coach's mind, is like, okay, how is this transition going to go? Evie has held herself to a high standard here and does so with the others. She wants to win, and she wants to do it right, and lets that be known. And she carries an air of confidence about her that is going to help us and help others around her. So Evie's going to be a great addition to the team.
The reigning conference newcomer of the year and your leading scorer last year with 11 goals, Diona Bryant. Yeah,
Diona had a good summer of training and playing with FC Pride over in Indianapolis. Has caught a little bit of an injury bug here, and so we've had to hold her out a little bit. But Diona is going to be Diona. People know about Diona already, and she's up for even better season than her first season, and we're excited to continue to push her and see how she grows.
Then number 10, Priscilla Carvajal, a sophomore from up in Munster, Indiana.
Yeah, Priscilla. I call her Prissy, which is the exact opposite of who she is on the field. She isn't afraid to get into tackles, to put in the hard work and all of that. And she's a smaller player. She's got speed like really none other on the squad, and we need that, and is a great flank player. But again, I'm really proud that she, day in and day out, puts in some really hard work for us, and we'll see where she ends up. I fiddled with playing her in all lines of our formation, back, midfield, and front. So she'll be in the mix, and she's up for any challenge that you put her way, and I'm super pleased with her.
All right, we're about halfway through the roster, so we'll take a break, and then we'll come back and meet the rest of the 2018 IU East women's soccer team when we come back right here on Inside IU East Sports.
The leaders of First Bank Richmond encourage their employees to give their best effort towards serving the community. One organization very dear to many First Bank Richmond employees is the Third Grade Reading Academy. First Bank staff volunteers hundreds of hours and even host Academy students on site. Doing great things together stands for First Bank's commitment to continue doing all they can to make life better for their customers and our community. First Bank Richmond and you, doing great things together.
Welcome back to Inside IU East Sports. We're meeting the 2018 women's soccer team with head coach Shane Meredith. We met the first half of the roster, numerically speaking. Now let's meet the second half of the roster. We're going to start with number 11, Kirby Barger, who's a sophomore out of Pendleton.
Kirby is, again, sounding like a broken record here. Another player whose season was cut short last year. She played in the back for us and in the midfield, and she's still getting back into the swing of things. But again, another competitor who I'm really proud of. And you know, these injuries, they've had to fight and work really hard to get back on the field. And Kirby's one of those that I'm really pleased with.
Moving down the roster, number 12, Rachael Burgess. She comes to us from Fairfield High School in Ohio.
Yeah, Rachael had a stellar career at Fairfield, and you know, she has the ability to step in at the back for us and be a starter. And we're just working through some kinks with her as she had some injury problems herself, but she's come along nicely and is working tremendously hard to make her impact on the field.
Okay. Next up's Alyssa Jones, originally from Jeffersonville, Indiana. I know you were looking forward to seeing her on the field last year and probably this year as well.
Yeah, I mean, we named Alyssa. She quickly proved last year that she was deserving of being a captain. She was at the JUCO National Championships the year before, a tremendous player from southern Indiana, Louisville area. And unfortunately, we didn't get to see her on the field last year. And so she's working hard, and we're excited to see where and how she fits into the group here. And she's a tremendous life force on this squad.
Number 14, Ryan Woodard from just down the road, Preble Shawnee High School in Ohio.
Yeah, Ryan played a lot of minutes for us last year and got better. And that's what we want each and every day, to get better, and Ryan proved that. She played deeper in the midfield, and one of the things we talked to her about is her speed of play and getting the ball and giving it more quickly and not as much time on the ball. And she improved her game, and she needs to continue to do that to see the field. But she had a good first year.
Okay. Number 15 is Larissa Gray.
Yeah, Larissa is we just sustained an injury, so we'll see what the season holds for her. We're keeping our fingers crossed and all that, but a nice young woman that is from Florida and originally from Jamaica, and her mom's up caring for her right now, and so we're anxious to see more of her face.
Number 16, Brooke Conway was an all-conference selection last year. Started every game. I'm not sure she ever even left the field, but Brooke Conway.
Yeah, I don't recall last year. We've talked about these injuries and such, and that wasn't a game plan for anybody to play every minute of every game, but that she was forced into action, and she did that. And, as a freshman, she had to take a big leading role last year, and she is growing into that role. That's not easy, being a leader and playing at the back, and she's done a great job, and a 4.0 student also. So super pleased with Brooke, and hopefully she'll be anchoring our backs this year again.
Okay. Number 17, going into her junior year, is Kylie Denson.
Kylie Denson, we talk about personality and our team. Kylie provides that. Kylie, a lot of players feed off of Kylie and the energy that she brings, and we're best when she's having good days and just having a great time. And Kylie will be at the back for us, either in the center or wide. She played both positions last year, or deeper in the midfield. And so Kylie continues. We continue to ask more and more of her, and she'll be up for the challenge, and you'll see a lot of Kylie.
Number 18 from Puerto Rico, Angeli Luna, tallied 4 goals for you last season.
Yeah, and 2 of those were close to goals of the year. Tremendous first year. We talk about the injuries and stuff. Fortunately, she was somebody that was able to play a lot of minutes for us. She was asked to play all 3 lines for us, midfield, front, and even in the back. Did so without complaining and all that. And Angeli is going to have a really good sophomore campaign.
The third of the 3 NCAA Division I transfers. This one played at IUPUI. Olivia Mowatt, who's not far from here, from Newcastle.
Yeah, Olivia had folks that follow at Newcastle had a great high school career. She's a tremendous athlete, set scoring records and that type of thing, and also was a gymnast. And she's a great athlete. And then you see her strike a ball, and you see her, take on players, and you see that she's not just an athlete; she's a soccer player. You'll be noticing Olivia. I'll leave it at that.
Then 2 true freshmen coming in from Homestead High School, close to Fort Wayne. First one we're going to talk about, number 20, Kayla Amadon.
Kayla is a left-sided player who is generally a back. She'll be in consideration for maybe some midfield position, but right now she's playing at left back for us, and is showing she deserves real consideration for starting on opening day. And you talk to her during training sessions. She doesn't say a whole lot, but she gives you the eye contact and is engaged, and she wants to learn, and she wants to get better, and I'm really super pleased that Kayla chose to be a Red Wolf, and she's only going to get better and better. And again, I enjoy coaching Kayla a great deal.
Number 21, also from the Cincinnati area, Mia Corbett. Tell us about her.
Yeah, Mia came off an injury last year, and so she lost a lot of minutes, fought her way into a possible starting position last year before sustaining a season-ending injury. Mia has worked hard over the summer, and we need to continue to get Mia some minutes where she's growing and learning, and she'll be a back for us, just trying to figure out with whom and where. But again, she put in a good summer's worth of work, and I'm super proud of Mia, and I expect some solid things from Mia.
Number 22 is Ariel Miller. She was your representative on the conference Champions of Character team and contributed on the field as well. So tell us about Ariel.
Yeah, you can't say enough about Ariel. That's a whole another TV show. She's involved in the community here, does quite a bit of volunteer work and that type of thing, but on the field has worked really hard on her game. She isn't a real vocal leader, but she is a leader by action. Last year, when she had a doctor's appointment at 8:30, she showed up at 8 o'clock to pump up the balls before leaving practice again, only to go to her doctor's appointment. So she showed up just to pump balls. That's what leadership is about, and we're figuring out what we're going to do with Ariel. We played her deep in the midfield this morning. She might be outside back for us, which she did last year. She might be in the midfield, wider in the midfield. But again, Ariel is a true gem to be around on and off the field.
Number 23, another newcomer, London Fiesel, was an All-Stater at Plainfield High School, spent time at St. Joseph's and at Goshen, and we get her for her junior year.
Yeah, and London and I have, we've known each other for a number of years, and London is a very technical player and has worked hard in this camp, and she is a tremendous striker of the ball, both on the left and right side. Set pieces, she's very, very dangerous. You'll see on corner kicks, she's magic with what she's able to do with corner kick pieces. You'll know that she's able to put it on someone's head or direct it right towards somebody, not just kicking it in front of goal. And so we'll see if London's up top or in higher up in the midfield or something, but she has tremendous technical skill and passing range that we really like in her game.
Okay. Number 28, your very first signee a couple years back, Jordan Prim, who started every game for you last year.
Jordan started every game, and you're not saying how many goals she scored. I think she had 1 goal or something like that. I bring that up because Jordan has, throughout her career, been a front runner, a forward, and sacrificed herself last year for the team as a deep-lying midfielder, which she is not. She never once complained, or at least to me or the team, and helped us achieve some results and sacrificing what might be best for her, for the team. She's up front for us now and is looking like the Jordan Prim that committed years ago to a D1, who can score goals, who can combine with other players. We're really, really excited about her play and how she makes others around her better. And I'm excited for Jordan, especially since last year, that she kept her mouth shut and played a position that certainly isn't one of her strengths, and I can't say enough about that young woman.
Another Richmond product. We're going to see her in the goalie uniform, but she can play on the field as well. Nikki Mitten.
Yeah, Nikki has improved her game in the goal, and is not the tallest of goalkeepers, and so we've had to work with her, and we've asked her to be better in the air, and she has done that. She's putting in the work, and putting in the work with Kate Franks, our goalkeeping coach. But last year, when we needed somebody to throw on a field jersey because we were short of players due to injury, she did a great job, and she's willing to do anything for the team, and is a great soul. And I'll tell you, she is tremendous on the ground and making saves to her left and right, low. And with that quality, she might steal some minutes from Amanda and Nicole. We'll just have to see how she develops and how the other 2 goalkeepers go. But that's going to be a great competition between those 3 keepers.
The second of our 2 from Homestead, Alyssa Couch, another freshman from Fort Wayne.
Yep, we're very, very fortunate to have Alyssa. She sustained an injury late in her high school career. A lot of people were very, very interested in Alyssa, and you know, when she gets fully healthy, and she's doing well right now, she's working hard, maybe a little too hard. We've had to pull in the reins with her, but she's a left-sided player that wreaks havoc on defenses. She can strike a ball really, really well, especially on her left side. She's sneaky fast and can wiggle her way in behind the defense. And again, she's going to be fun to watch grow. And I'm very excited about having Alyssa with us.
Staying in the Fort Wayne area, number 66, Emily Meyers, back for her sophomore year.
Yeah, Emily, she did a great job for us last year, playing various positions. Started the majority of the last half of the season in the midfield, and this morning had a really good morning. Showed what she's capable of in our 11-a-side scrimmage, and she's got to get a little bit better tackling and use the strength training to her advantage. But she's coming along, and I'm proud of Emily.
Okay. And then this one, hot off the presses, we don't even have a photo yet, but Gabby Mitchum added to the roster in August from Franklin County.
Yeah, from just south of here in beautiful Brookville. That's a brand new one because she was committed to go someplace else and play, and changed her mind pretty late. We gave her a shot, a tryout, and she came, and I'll tell you, Gabby said, I'll do anything if I'm on the reserve team or whatever, and I quickly said, hey, we really don't have a reserve team, and we treat everybody the same, whether you're starting every game or whether you come off the bench or whether you're not getting a lot of minutes. And she was up for doing anything, and she is showing that what a team player is about and what leadership is about, because she just goes out and works. And she's climbing her way up the depth chart because she will do whatever it takes, and she just enjoys playing, I think, and that just comes out every darn day, even when people are tired, and so we're fortunate to have Gabby with us, and a great addition.
Okay. One last fill-in-the-blank question before we let you go. We're about to start the season, and fans, they should come watch this team because...
I'm trying to think what I said last year about this. We're going to be a fun, attractive team to watch, I think is what I said. This team is going to score some goals, Kyle. It's going to be really, really exciting, and that's not taking anything away from, I told you, our 3 goalkeepers are going to be solid, and some of our backs we're going to plug in are good players. But we are going to score goals, and for those folks that aren't necessarily soccer fans, because there's not enough scoring in soccer, then you need to come out and watch us play, because we are going to put the ball in the back of the net quite a bit. We have a number of players that are going to get that done, and it is truly, truly exciting to see what we could be up front, and so hopefully people will come out and see that, and they'll also see that our young women are nice women that are community oriented and enjoy being here at IU East, and are good people.
All right, Coach, well, it sounds like it's going to be fun. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Kyle.
All right, you can check out the whole schedule at IUERedwolves.com. We do thank you for joining us on the season premiere of Inside IUE Sports. This is Kyle Wright from the IU East Athletic Department. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.